Oh God! Oh hey, welcome guys. You get me every time. Welcome to another riveting edition of The Ghost and the Goat. I'm your host, Buddy Thayer, paranormal investigator. Take me by the hand. I'm gonna hold my glass with this in my nice, lovely. I get this beautiful sour this week, guys. It's I don't know if you know anything about sour ales, but it's it's very taut. It's very taut. Take me by the hand. Walk with me into this very paranormal field. Um, as I said, me, Buddy Thayer, paranormal investigator. I like to bring you a variety of the paranormal. Each week is a different. I don't know. The paranormal is like a big umbrella. I don't. I'm not just like a. I don't like. I use the title paranormal investigator. But I'm a ghost guy when it comes down to it. I'm not like Bigfoot. Yeah, give me something. Show me something. Show me. Show me. I don't. I don't. I get a lot of like people banging on trees, like sticks, but I don't ever see anything. So I don't do any of that stuff. While I do have a lot of respect for those people who look at the skies. Who there's a lot to be said about the UFO population. This is tonight. Today, this show delves into all different areas. Of course, I do ghosts because I'm a ghost guy, and I do mediums. And tonight is another great medium. He came very highly recommended to us, but more on him in just a little bit. I'm going to kick off tonight with a little bit of sport talk, a little bit of talk about sports, and then we're going to get right into the show tonight, guys. So last week, if you tuned in last week, I was talking a little bit about my beloved Red Sox and how they were doing so good going into the All-Star break. They had 10 wins in a row. They're on fire. Their pitching looks good. Their hitting looks good. Raffy, and they're rolling. But like I reminded you last week, I'm going to remind you again. Last year at this time, we were doing the same thing. We started out kind of like, and then we really took off in June. We had a ton of wins, and we had all this false hope, and then our false hope led to where it normally goes for any given Red Sox season, where your September crash, crumble, and we did not do anything at all in the postseason. Which I warned people that could happen this year. Because, I mean, while they look great, these last 10 games, I don't know. Anything could happen. I don't want to curse my Red Sox because God knows we've been cursed enough. But it's going to be we still got a whole half a season left. So, anything could happen. I'm hoping the best will happen. But, of course, I'm going to probably be let down. Speaking of me being let down, the NFL opened most of their training camps this today and this week and tomorrow. My beloved Dolphins will convene down in Florida, and we'll kick off the new. Well, it's not the season yet; they're not playing season games, but this is like the new football year. I mean, it's been the whole year, but I mean, like guys are going in and they're running around and they're doing plays and they're talking about like, hey, we did this last year, we did that last year. And then we didn't do all this other stuff last year, which, it's just, I don't know. I don't know where my Dolphins are going. But so just a quick rundown, guys. The training camp kicked off, there are still some really great positional battles. If you're not a Dolphins fan, that's good. You probably like a better team. And they're probably a whole lot better than the Dolphins, unless your name is Russ Diver. In that case, you like the Cleveland Browns. If you like yourself, like Russ, a good friend of the show, good friend of mine, and you're a Cleveland Browns fan, my heart really bleeds for you because this is a team, guys, that this is where people go to die. Is the Cleveland Browns, or they go to be born. So this year is nothing different, but this year we have quite the quarterback race in Cleveland as Joey Flacco, one-time Baltimore Raven, great. One time he played for the Steelers a few years ago. He led them to greatness, and then they cut him loose. One, Kenny Pickett. Kenny, I have very little hands, Pickett. Dylan Gabriel, who was drafted this year ahead of Shedeur Sanders, who is also. So there's going to be 4 quarterbacks in that pool. The Browns are conducting the most unique competition in history, as it wasn't just enough to pit one rookie against a veteran or a vet versus a vet. It had to be 4 candidates against each other. Flacco has enjoyed previous success in Kevin Stefanski's scheme. That's the O coordinator in Cleveland, poor guy. But he is 40. He's 40 years old, and his name is not Tom Brady. As much as I dislike Tom Brady, he has thrown 17 interceptions in the last 12 starts. He is no slam dunk. Pickett, he has really little hands. He could be the next Sam Darnold, which Sam Darnold started awful, and now he's I don't know. He's middle of the road, guys. I don't know. Russell Wilson is no, he's not playing with them. But yeah, all right. So Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel, they're both rookies. They both got drafted this year. Shedeur, honestly, he's probably a great kid and all, but his dad's Deion Sanders. That's why he's playing in the NFL. And Kenny Pickett has little hands. So I think Joe Flacco will probably get the lead here, but time will tell. Another big battle is the one-time New Jersey Giant Daniel Jones has headed to Indianapolis to give Anthony Richardson probably not a run for his money, because Daniel Jones is absolutely terrible. Maybe this will be a rebirth of Daniel Jones. Maybe he will continue to suck at Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson, he's been okay. He's got some good feet work. He can do some stuff with his feet. He had another shoulder setback in the offseason. He had some injuries last year, so that could be a little bit of a battle there in Indianapolis. In Nolans, Tyler Shaw, I don't know, versus Spencer Rattler. Tyler was in this big contract dispute issue, and he wasn't going to go to camp, and he said, "Hey, I'm going to go back and play with my boys at LSU. I don't even want to play for NFL for you guys." And then they straightened that out. He's due to play. He's a really talented ball player, and people have been excited since draft night, especially since Derek Carr went and retired on the Saints. This lines up to be the next maybe the next David Carr. Who knows? The other big battle in New Jersey, while they call themselves New Yorkers, they're far from the city of New York. The quarterback room with Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart is a rookie. He's not going to start. Jameis Winston probably has thrown more interceptions in his career than he has quarterbacks. Well, he started hot with Cleveland last year after I don't know, all that other bad stuff that happened in Cleveland. If I could just dedicate a show to all the bad things that's happened in Cleveland. And he had like 3 great games, and then he deflated. Russell Wilson, he did some things last year for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He showed that he still has it, that he can still bounce back, even though he was a D-bag in Seattle. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say Russell Wilson's going to definitely start that show. Some more drama from around the NFL. Micah Parsons and Jerry Jones are openly feuding, but Micah Parsons has returned to training camp without any issues. So hopefully they just fight, and Jerry Jones is just silenced for life, because that guy talks too much. My beloved Dolphins, Tyreek Hill has mentioned that he has to step up as a player, as a man. Dude, I've been saying this for 3 seasons. When Tua went down last year, it was you and Jalen Waddle. You guys could have, and HA, you guys could have ran the express all over town. And none of you stepped up whatsoever. And it was WTF. So this is the year, guys. We got some players. We got some high hopes. We got Mike McDaniels needs to win this year, or he's going to probably lose his job. We got some guys starting off in the PUP list. Waller and Eichenberg. Eichenberg being the lineman, Waller being the new tight end. However, a good side of that is I've got the linebacker. Chubb and they've been injured so damn much I can't remember the other guy's last name. Both the linebackers, both solid pieces in our defense. I'll remember Jalen. I'll remember it in he's number 15. I'll remember it in 10 minutes, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, those guys are set to come back. Hopefully that defense is refreshed. We got Anthony Weaver running the show. Hopefully things work out. Tyreek is looking to be the best version of himself this year. Tyreek, I've been hoping that for you for the last 3 years. That's it. The Dolphins will start the season on August 10th versus the Bears. They'll beat the Bears. Here's my rundown for the Dolphins, guys. Ready? This is the whole season, even the preseason. They got screw the preseason because it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of how I think the Dolphins are going to fare in the NFL season. Week 1, we have we start off against Indianapolis at Indianapolis. Yeah, we're gonna beat the Colts. Then we go home and we host the New England Patriots. Drake May is not as good as people think Drake May is. By the way, Drake May. They're gonna run all over the Patriots. They're gonna poop out the Patriots. They're gonna go 2-0. Week 3, the Dolphins visit Buffalo. Buffalo, you've had us the last few years. Last year was really close, really close. You're not going to squeak it off. Josh Allen, we got your number. We got your ass, kid. Our secondary we're going to tear you apart. Week 4, the Jets, enough said. We're going to win that game. 4-0. Week 5, October starts. We travel to Charlotte, North Carolina to face the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are not a good football team. 6-0. The Chargers visit the Dolphins on the 12th of October. The Chargers are a decent football team. They have revitalized themselves with their new head coach last year, and I can't remember his name. I don't know. And they're somewhat scary, but somewhat not. Dolphins could win, but maybe they lose that one. Then they go to Cleveland. I already talked about Cleveland. They suck. They suck. I know they suck. Heck, even Russ Steiber knows they suck. We're going to beat the Browns in Cleveland before we travel to Atlanta and beat the Falcons in Atlanta. God, what is that, like 8-0, guy? Then the Ravens come to town. We will probably lose against the Ravens. They have a much more dominant offense, and their defense is absolutely scary. Then the Bills come to town, and I think the Bills get one back against us in Miami. So week 3, we get you guys Buffalo. Buffalo, you get us back in Miami in November. On November 15th, we host the Washington Commanders. McLaurin is still holding out. He's at top price. I mean, their quarterback's really good too. I'm saying that it's going to be a close one. I think we're going to squeak that one out. Then we go to New Orleans. We're going to poop on them. They're not that good. Then we visit New Jersey and play the New Jersey Jets. Like I said earlier, it's the Jets. The Dolphins are like having a great year so far. Then they traveled to Pittsburgh on December 15th to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think we lose that game. The Steelers are stacked. They got a lot going for them. They just re-signed T.J. Watt. He's the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. The guy just makes a shit ton of money to hit people, which is shit. I missed the bus. Then we travel to Cincinnati, another team that's like crippled by their terrible management as they refuse to spend any money, and all of their like high-end players are like, screw you guys. We're not doing anything. Then we host the Buccaneers, a game that I hope to be at on December the 28th, 2025. That will be my first ever home game. Dolphins, fins up, go Dolphins. We win that one. And then, of course, the last game of the year, the trip to the toilet as we take on the New England Patriots here in scenic New England. And Tua stays undefeated. Tua Tagovailoa, my quarterback, is undefeated against. If they are New England Patriots, you're New England Patriots. If they're not, good for you, as long as you're not a Cowboys fan, right? So that's what's going on in the NFL. That's my Miami Dolphins are projected to win the Super Bowl next year, but I think they will be lucky if we make the playoffs. All this nonsense I just talked, it's just me being optimistic, guys. Really, honestly, I think maybe they'll be 9-7. Maybe they'll just squeak into the playoffs, and we'll get completely shit on by the Buffalo Bills, as we have over the last so many years. And it would just be another season. So maybe I'll get to see my boys play. That's what I really have to look forward to. It's just going and having a great time at a game and tasting the culture of another city and enjoying the host cities. I've been to Baltimore, which is lovely. I've been to New Jersey. I've been up to Buffalo, New York, which is beautiful. They do jump through tables. I've seen this happen. Not all of them are table jumpers. About a tenth of the population jump through tables. The rest of them just make really good food, and they're really friendly. So football season is on its way out. Just a little bit of rehash about baseball. The Red Sox are currently 6 games behind the Blue Jays, who are in first place in the American League East. We're trailing the New York Yankees by 2 games. and the Orioles are way behind, and the Rays are like just trying to keep up. The trade deadline comes up soon. I'm hoping they guys. Kevin Durant's a great guy, but yeah, cut him loose. Get some good pitches for him. Get somebody good. The Tigers are still dominating the Central with 60-41. They are 10 games above the Guardians or the Indians, if you rather. The Astros are they're pretty dumb. We got a solid hold over the Mariners in the West. The NL is really where. Whoa, the NL I think is really where it's at. The Phillies, we're playing the Phillies right now. They're pretty dominant. We just played the Cubs. They took 2 out of 3 games. We lost in a game, in an incident that hasn't happened in baseball in 50 years. That's since 1971. Catcher's interference, which is absolute bullshit. Bottom of the 10th inning. Game's tied, obviously. Phillies are at the plate. Catcher, he's like this. He's getting ready to catch the ball because that's what he does because, he's the catcher. And the guy takes a check swing. And because the guy's bat touches the catcher's glove, interference, score a run, game of walk-off, catcher's interference. If the bullshit calls from the refs don't get any more bullshit, I don't know. Maybe paranormal bullshit at that time. I don't know. We'll see what we get with that one, guys. I still think I don't know. I still think the Red Sox have a chance, but only time will tell, apparently. So it's 8:25. It's time to flip that switch. Tonight's guest, there was going to be 2 of them. There's only 1 of them tonight, unfortunately, but he's fine. He'll be good. No worries here. Him and his wife are a nationally recognized psychic mediums and co-owners of Savannah Psychics down there in Savannah, Georgia, if you will. Mystic I know I'm going to screw up this word. Apothecary, and Savannah Ghost Tours, based in Savannah, Georgia. They've been voted best psychics 3 years in a row and are known for their powerful mediumship, compelling storytelling, and deep connection to the spirit world. Featured on AMC's You Are Here with Colman Domingo. Brian and Jen conduct séances, spiritual readings, and paranormal investigations that bridge the gap between history and the supernatural. Together they bring heart and humor and a grounded authenticity to every spiritual encounter. We don't have Jen tonight, but please welcome to the show, Brian Byers. How you doing, man? Welcome.
Hey, I'm doing great, buddy. How are you?
Awesome. Great to have you on.
You made it sound great. I like the way you read that. That was amazing.
Usually I screw up somebody's name or mispronunciations left and right.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Is that word apothecary? What is that?
Apothecary.
What is it?
Right?
What is an apothecary, if you will?
So an apothecary, in a traditional sense, it's an actual person that works with herbs and creates potions, medicinal herbal medicines, and also candle work, magic, and things like that. So
you'd be like 200 years ago, somebody might say, "Hey, you're a witch."
Yeah,
right?
As a matter of fact, our heritage, we're Scot-Irish for the most part. We're from the Appalachian Mountains, so all of the recipes that Jen uses, that's our heritage. That's our grandparents. So
nice.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
It is. Right. I was expecting a much more heavier southern accent. I'm sure I present with my Rhode Island accent, but
right. Well, I've lived everywhere, including Massachusetts, Connecticut.
Whereabouts in Mass?
Yes. Out Norwood.
Oh, I know Norwood. Yeah.
You have to go through Norwood to get to everything. So
yeah, right into Boston. Yeah, right up to 93.
That's right.
Sure.
That's right.
Awesome. Okay, so tonight's show, Brian, we have a few guests joining us for a very quick reading.
Sure.
However you want to present the reading, by tarot card, by mediumship, by whatever it is you're comfortable with. First, just a question before I bring our first guest on. Is there anything that you do to prepare yourself before you give somebody a reading, Brian?
There is a little bit. So I've been doing it here while you're sitting there. I'm reaching as much as I can in the area of the people that might be connected with you. So I'm kind of like listening to different energies, and sometimes I accidentally pick up people that have crossed over as well. Like I can tell you, while we've been sitting here, you have a female that hangs out with you a lot. Like,
yeah.
I'm
Go ahead.
talking,
Tell me. Go ahead.
yeah. Like she's always listening. I something about her words, like, she likes to talk, sing. She likes to sing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of emotion here from her, knowing that I know that she's there. So she's getting a little excited that I'm even bringing her up.
Yeah.
Her name probably,
yeah.
probably
Yes.
it's either an A or an H. I think it's
an H. It's an H. Yeah.
But that's someone you're are very close to. Like,
yes.
ridiculous, man.
Yes.
It's not a sister. I just asked her. She's
no,
like,
it's not a sister. No.
But man, she's in, man. Like she claims you. You know what I mean? Like, this is mine. So she's territorial. That's got to be a girlfriend or a girlfriend.
My wife. Yeah, my wife passed away 6 years ago.
Oh, dude, rough, man. She's great. She's really good.
She's amazing.
She says approval. She approves of you, by the way. Whatever you've been doing, she's thumbs up. She says it's good. It's okay. So everything is good.
It's definitely good. I just graduated with a bachelor's in applied psychology this past May, and I started 2 weeks ago with my clinical mental health counseling degree. So I'm doing exactly what she was doing, what I should have been doing. So yeah, I talk to her all the time, dude. I
love it.
I anticipated hearing from her tonight, and I like the last show I wasn't, and then this lady just came out and just started talking to me about this woman, about like all of her issues, and I'm like, okay, all right, yeah.
Wow.
So that's always really cool. Thank you. That's a great experience. But I didn't bring you on for me. Not that I love getting it, but let me bring on my first guest reader. She's a lovely lady from here in Rhode Island. Her name is Denise. Here you go, Denise. You got 10 minutes, lady.
Hi, Denise.
I'm going to suck it all in. And, buddy, the Patriots are going to beat the Dolphins.
No. No.
It sounds like she's psychic. Uh-oh.
No.
I wish.
So Denise, what would you like to know more about? I would like to be able to kind of take a look at you for a second. Is there anything coming up or anything happening in your world that you want to have more information on?
I have a lot of medical issues right now, as you can see, and a lot of them relate around the heart.
Yeah.
And I just want to know what you see from that.
So we're going to talk about your health line here, okay? And I'm just taking a quick look here. Could you say your name and spell it for me one time?
DENISE.
Was good. That was great. You nailed that. That's what I needed to make sure I was looking at you and not Buddy over there. Buddy's you got another name, Buddy, don't you?
I do have another name. Where that you would?
Yeah.
So you want me to tell you what it is?
I'd love to know. What is it? What is it, Denise?
Walter.
Oh, you're a Walter. No way, really? Wow.
Yes,
I'm a third
generation.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They nicknamed me Buddy when I was like a little baby. They just always, now I'm Buddy.
I love it. Yeah. My son is Brian Byers the second, but we call him Bear. So
Oh.
Yeah. So Denise, here's what I'm looking at. I'm going to just be very honest here with you. You're on top of it, okay? When it comes to your heart here, you're doing all the things, right? You're pretty disciplined, which is awesome. I think that, it is making a difference, but I just got to be honest. You're like dominoes, okay? So when one thing falls, it affects the next thing, and I'm just really worried about your health in general, except for your mental health. Your mental health is amazing. Like, you would think you would be, really pissed off, you know what I mean? But you're actually handling things really well with grace, which is awesome. You don't get dementia. I know it runs in the family a little bit for you, but you don't have a line at all for that. So that's a good thing. The heart is really your man, that's your devil right there. And I just don't know. I know there's a lot of new things they're trying to do and stuff. I just am not sure how this is going to work out here. You're doing all the right things. So hydration is a very important key for you. So as long as you stay hydrated here, breathing, I feel like there's a lot of stuff you have to kind of practice. So you just got to keep yourself busy and be active here in the health department. Your health is not my favorite health. You know what I mean? I wish I could get in there and remove some stuff and change some stuff around for you, because it would change your life. I'm even looking real quick. I just want to see here. Your neurological side is a little affected as well. So you've got neurology a little bit, which when you get older, you might start to notice some very strange things. Little nervous little things that just sort of happen. I wouldn't call them major twitches or anything, but I got a feeling it's going to annoy you. So, you catch. But the good news is, I see you old. So I mean, yeah, I don't see you going anywhere anytime soon. So yeah, it's just because you got a great attitude, and we choose. By the way, we choose our crossing a lot of times, and you're like, I ain't going anywhere until I see my teams win. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think you're sticking around for the good stuff. So keep fighting it, keep working, keep practicing movement, and hydration. Hydration is very, I don't know why that's such a big deal for you. Is it your blood as well, or is it just the heart?
It's the heart and breathing.
Yeah. Did you have a surgery there?
I'm going to have a catheterization soon.
Oh, okay. That's actually good. It's just a lot on your poor body there, because I'm going to tell you, you're already tired as it is, but you're a tough cookie, so I'm not worried. You're going to come out of this just fine. All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no. I just want to be honest. It's just going to be hard for you. You're not going to heal as quickly as you wish you did. So, but the good news is you're going to be a lot better and extend your life here. So you make it to be old. So no worries and no dementia. That was the one thing that really bothers me. Whenever I see that line, I get weird about it. But yours is so soft. I'm not worried about you.
Can I ask you a couple of questions, Brian?
Absolutely.
What about my husband's health?
Okay. All right. Can you say and spell his first name, please?
Walter.
Okay. Now say it for me.
Walter.
Perfect.
Jr.
Okay. All right. So, all right. I'm just gonna say, health is, and by the way, I'm no doctor. All right. I have to say those things sometimes. I always forget to say that. But I play one on TV. So, Walter's built like a tank. Okay. That being said, he's not as tough as he thinks he is. Okay. So he believes he's indefeatable, you know what I mean? Like a superhero, which is great, and I love that. He's got a lot of tough organs. He's got a lot of tough things about him. But age is the one thing here that's going to slow him down a lot. And I'm actually kind of concerned with, how I said you're like dominoes. He's really like dominoes. So if he even gets a cold, man, he's down. You know what I mean? So The little things will knock him down. We don't want that. We don't want anything to happen to him. But I'm just going to say, there's not a heck of a lot that you can do with his build. Okay. So I'm even looking at different little things. I'm even double checking on the whole cancer stuff because normally I see cancer all over the place. I'm not seeing that in him. So that's actually really good. My concern would be, what do you call that? That is the blood sugars.
Oh, yeah, like diabetes. Like diabetes?
Yeah, something like that. It's something like that. So that's the thing.
Wow.
I'm just I feel like that's the thing. That's the thing that's gonna trigger a lot of crap here. And I like I said, if I could be a doctor and get in there and fix it, I wish I was that guy. I'm a healer.
This is
but I'm
probably
not
just
good at it.
This is probably
But
just
but I think that's going to be the worst right there. As long as he eats the right things, he walks around as much as he can or moves around as much as he can, and that's going to help. But
One more quick question.
Yeah.
I had a dear friend pass away last October.
Okay.
And I don't know if I'm not getting the signs and she's giving them to me. I miss her terribly.
October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. That's plenty of time for her to have crossed over. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, not everyone comes back and visits. Some people, when they cross, they get very excited. I mean, imagine what they see here is a whole new world. A lot of people, they've missed their dog, you know what I mean? And you go, oh my God, where the hell have you been? And they get so wrapped up over there, and there's no time over there. We have time over here, so we feel like there's a timeline. They don't know how long they're over there till they come back. And so, like with a buddy here and his girl, with Heather refuses to stay over there. So it's kind of a weird thing. She just refuses to. So I can tell she's a very pleasant, wonderful woman, with a great voice. Likes to hang out with this guy a lot. So your friend probably has crossed. Has she shown up in your dream? Did you get a dream with her in it? Sometimes that'll happen. Did she let you know she was good and okay, or did she show you something or say something? When was the last time you had a dream with her in it?
Oh, quite a few months ago.
Okay. Do this before you go to bed. Ask her to come visit you tonight. Like, just say, look, can you come visit me tonight? And then say, I'm going to try and reach you and touch you in the dream, lucidly. And that's when she'll talk to you. And so we got to get her to talk to you. So if you can reach for her in the dream and grab hold of her shirt or her hand, she'll turn and she'll look at you, and you guys will have a little bit of a conversation before you wake up. It'll freak you out a little bit because you'll get really excited and you'll probably wake up. But just know she'll at least tell you that she's okay. I believe she's fine. I think she's very excited over there. So, you got to give her some time to want to come back after she's seen everyone over there, you know.
Is there anybody around me right now?
Your mom's side of the family is your hot spot right now. So I think you've gotten female energy from the mom side that's been hanging out with you off and on this month. Not a lot. And I don't think, weirdly, I don't think it's your mom. So it's another female from the mom side of the family that's been hanging out with you. And there's a connection there that she's got with you. I'm just not sure if that's going to be grandma or an aunt, but she's
very close to my grandmother on my mother's side.
So it's got to be who that is. And I know she hangs out with you often, but not like Heather over here for Buddy. She comes probably once or twice a month just to do a checkup. And imagine she's watching the Denise show. So you're now her stories. So she's eating popcorn going, what's Denise going to be doing next? So that's. I
bet she's had a lot of drama in the last few weeks on the Denise show for sure.
Oh, I can tell that's the truth.
Buddy, I've fallen recently, and you are absolutely right. it's taking forever for my ribs and my shoulder to heal. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks now. And then Sunday night I fell out of bed, and you can see I looks like Welch beat me, you know, but like you say, it's just one thing after another. Friends can't believe it, you know.
Well, I'm going to tell you, put pillows on your side there so you don't roll out. All right.
Right.
I'm telling
But
you.
he wants to get me the
crib.
rail for my
Handrail,
bed.
like a rail. Yeah.
Yeah, I would. It's
Safety
not a
first.
bad idea. You know, we got to keep you in the bed, girl. You can't be rolling around like that. Not until you're done healing.
Total disclosure, Brian. Denise is actually my mother.
I was wondering.
Yeah, he's my favorite and only son.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Kind of sweet.
So,
kind of that.
Who's the female that has the L name that has crossed over?
Oh,
My mother, Lillian.
That would be your mom. That's the other female on the mom side. I'm just letting you know. She's gone through a little bit of a change over there, and so it's a good thing. Yeah. It just says when she crossed, we go through a process when we're over there, and that helps us let go of some of the stuff here. Let's say, you know, if you're very political, or if you're wrapped up in money, or, you know, certain things that are very natural, there's none of that over there. So she's had to go through a little bit of a process of letting go of things that don't belong over there that she felt very connected to here. So her change, when you see her again, she's going to be kind of different. I mean, in a good way. You're going to be like, wow, okay, so like if my parents were to cross, I know that they would have to leave all politics here, you know, because they love that stuff. And so I know when they get over there, they'll have to go through a little bit of a change here. But I think your mom here has gone through a little bit of a change, a positive change. So
can you tell me any more about my mom?
Yeah, I think it has to do with people, with family. So she gets real wrapped up in probably feeling like she's got all the weight on her shoulder. You know what I mean? Like she's the glue. And so she has to do all the things to make sure everyone's okay. Over there, she doesn't have to do that. You know what I mean? So when she does, well, you'll see. But she's going through a change of letting go of stuff. That's the good news.
That might be best.
It is. So when you get over there, there won't be all this, I need to take care of everything. It'll be more like, hey, I missed you. You know what I mean? It'll be more fun and exciting, and more like a reunion.
Thank you.
Oh, definitely. Denise, you're awesome.
Oh, I love you
Denise,
too.
you're not that bad.
You just got to get yourself a crib so you know we don't get hurt anymore.
Right. All right. Thank you, Denise, for joining us, Denise. I'll see you later, Denise. Have a good night, Denise. That was awesome. Thank you so much. Our next guest, I'm gonna bring her on really quick, and her name is Lisa, and I don't know her that well, but she's a great lady from what I understand. So,
wonderful,
Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. I hear you're a great lady.
Thank you.
So how are you? What would you like to know more about? What can I do? Yeah.
There's not really anything specific. I do have a grandmother that I was really close to that has passed, so I don't know if anything like that would come through.
Well, let me take a look. I'm going to look at a couple of things real quick. Can you do me a favor and say and spell your first name for me, okay?
My first name?
Yes, please.
Yes. Lisa, Lisa.
Lisa. That is you. I'm looking at your I'm looking at your future lines real quick. That's your love line. Okay. So your love line in the future actually is still going up. So that's nice. I don't have to worry about love. In other words, I'm always looking at all these different things to say, what should I tell somebody? You're good in the love department, so that's good. We don't have to nitpick you on that. Yeah. It's just you got a really good heart, a really nice heart. high integrity. You're very honest. You're one of those people. It's hard for you to be to have secrets. So that just it makes love for you very different in a very good way. You're very pure, and I like that. It means you're like a big kid. You know what I mean? You're creative minded, which is really cool. I like seeing that. You're a weird kid when you're young. You're probably still a little weird. You know what I mean? Like, but nobody knows it. It's like what you do privately. You probably, talk to yourself or make weird noises and stuff. But you entertain yourself. That's actually a really cool sign of a good person too. I'm gonna look at a few more things. That's your direction. That is change of environment. Normally when I get this feeling, it means that we've been living in a spot for a little bit, and now we're like ready for a change. We want to change our environment, change how it looks. Sometimes people end up moving or wanting to go from one house to another or something better, leveling up. I think you're in that zone right now of wanting to level up here. So something different. Are you guys thinking of moving? Is that something you're planning? Or
I recently moved.
No, that works. Are you still unpacking or?
Emotionally, not physically.
Yeah, I'll take it. Believe me, I know. I got you. So your love line in the future goes up. I just want to. I know you know that, but I'm just letting you know. It actually looks really good. So you just hang in there, and everything will make a lot of sense. I want to look at one more thing. That creative side of you. What is that? Do you do anything creative right now? Is this something that you like? I'm going to say it like this. You should be a little more creative. I don't think you're exercising all of those areas of you.
Okay.
It's more like spiritual for you. So when I say creative, people think, oh, I need to paint or draw. No, I'm talking about creative thinking. Let's see. How do I word that? You're good with your words. There we go. I'm going to rewind. You're a good communicator. So creatively structuring your words in a way that you communicate ideas and concepts to other people. You'd make an incredible teacher. You'd make an incredible therapist. Those are two things you'd be really good at. You like to help people, but using that creative way of thinking and putting it down on paper, or even just saying it, like TED Talks, you know what I mean? Like doing speeches, that would be, you'd be really good at it. So that's creative. That's a creative side of you. You just need to do more of that. You know what I mean?
So I'm actually teaching right now. I'm in school to be a therapist, and I've always wanted to do a TED Talk.
Wow.
Let's make the TED Talk happen, because you got a lot of ideas. And, I think you'd be talking to a lot of women. You know what I mean? So you'd make a difference. You'd make a dent. I think it's really, really good. You said it was your grandmother that crossed?
Yes, I have a grandmother I was really close to that has passed.
How long ago was that?
That was 2014.
Oh, it's been a while. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just see one thing real quick. So that was a while ago. Okay. At that point, I feel like there were some signs that were given to you. Did you hear her voice after she crossed in any way? Like, did you think you heard her in the other room, or did you see her for a brief moment, like in the hallway or something that might have been a little startling? Did you have any of those experiences?
Not that I can recall. My mom had a weird experience after she passed.
What was that? What happened there?
Something with her phone, like her phone rang and it was my grandmother's number, but nobody was there, or some weird thing like that.
100%. Okay. She reaches out, or she did that to let everyone know she was okay. I don't think she realized that she couldn't use the phone. It's funny, when we cross, we just don't get it. It takes us a minute. But I'm going to tell you, I think she's one of those people that cross and just really doesn't really come back much. You know, she's got a lot of what it feels like to me. She's spiritual. She's religious a little bit. So she fell in love when she crossed. Does she love you? 100%. But that doesn't mean that, you know, that she's going to come back to visit this area. You know, and I don't know why. My grandfather's never come through. He's my favorite person, and I've always wanted him so badly to come through. And he was weird like me. So I'm like, you would think he would come through, and he just doesn't. So I don't know. I wish I had a good answer for that, but I can tell you, I know she loves you. I'm sure she's fine. The fact that she tried to call your mom that's classic right there. That's classic. But yeah, so that's what I got for you. You're actually looking good. Your life looks really good. Love line goes up here in the future. So I love that.
That's positive.
It's way positive. You just buckle up, Buttercup. We'll see what happens. Yeah, but I feel really good about it. Yeah.
Awesome. Lisa, any questions, Lisa, for Brian before we end tonight and with you tonight?
No, I think that's it.
Cool. It was nice to meet you, Lisa. You're awesome. You're doing all the right things. You know, when people say, am I on the right path? You're one of the few I get to say, you're on the right path. You're doing it. So
Right.
that TED Talk is probably right around the corner for you.
All right. Thank you.
Good
You
stuff.
got it.
Thank you, Lisa. Have a good night. Thanks for joining us. Brian, that was pretty good. I mean, I don't know Lisa from I know her roommate. Like my mother was pretty accurate. I was. How long have you been a medium for? How long have you been doing this kind of thing?
4 is when, you know, everyone started realizing what was going on. You know, it's a little startling when your kid is like talking to weird people, and so yeah, I young, and Jen is the same way. If Jen was here, she would tell you 3 or 4 for her as well.
Yep.
We just
They just started coming to you. They just started showing up at your front door.
I don't remember them not showing up. So for me, you know, 4 is a pretty good age to say it, but maybe I was born just constantly connecting with the spirit world there.
Wow. And when did you decide that this is a thing, I want to do this? I want to like pursue this as like a
tricky.
career.
That is so tricky. So I can tell you, I let it out of the bag. I kept it private because no girl in high school wants to date a psychic. All right. So
right. You're a freaking weirdo, dude. Yeah.
Exactly.
No?
And
yeah, right.
They're like, you know everything. I hate that. The thing is, psychics don't know anything. We can just read you and learn those things. So it's like reading a book.
Right.
But I was it was 2006. And I just woke up one day and I said, let's just let the world know. So I started a podcast before the word podcast even existed. Yep. I started an internet radio show called Ghostology. Nice. And we stormed the internet, man. We started off with 10 viewers, and at the end of the year, CBS radio picked us up, and we were on terrestrial radio, and we were, I had, 1.7 million listeners on Friday nights.
Yep.
And so I would just let loose. We would just go for it. And I did that until 2011. And then I got burnt out, Yep. And so Jen and I are even talking about starting a podcast. That's why I decided, hey, let's just hit a couple of the venues, talk to people, and be on their shows a little bit.
Yep.
But yeah, I really started letting it out of the bag around 2006, and so that's
nice.
Yeah, so it's been a long time, nice journey, very cool journey here.
So what brought you to Savannah?
So I'm from Georgia, and I was born just a couple hours away from Savannah, and I love the city. It's the only city in the United States that can definitely claim that it's a necropolis. It's the city is built on top of the dead, thousands and thousands, maybe 14,000 dead bodies. So
that's incredible. Now, how do they? I've heard this before. How do they? Is there anything like any reason why there's so many dead bodies under the
Yes.
city?
Oh, absolutely. So, in 1733, James Oglethorpe came over here to found Savannah. Right? He came over here. There were already the Yamakra and the Pawnee tribe that were here. The Spanish had come in several times and got their butts kicked by the Native Americans.
Yep.
So that everyone had heard that. So there were already dead bodies buried all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And so when Oglethorpe got here, he went and hired all these Highlanders from Scotland and brought them in and said, I'm showing up with these guys in kilts and hammers and axes. And we're gonna find a spot and call it our own. And when he got here, the Pawnee tribe were very loving and very nice. And so there was no war, there was no battle.
Yeah.
And a very famous, prominent Native American named Tomo Chichi, he's the one that embraced Oglethorpe and everyone and said, you can have this land right here. This will be your land. And so they named it Savannah based on the river. That was what the Pawnee called it, was Savannah. So that's where it got its name. And but there were many wars that came way later. I mean, we're looking at the Revolution, which was a big deal here. You guys had the Tea Party folk up there, but
we have our own thing here in Rhode Island. But we have all that stuff. Yeah, I know that the siege of Savannah, I think that was 1778. That was pretty huge down there.
It's very gruesome, and those bodies they're still finding them whenever they're digging up or remodeling a building. The road right out here in front of our apothecary, they found 4 Spanish soldiers that were buried with Native American jewelry around their neck. So they were ritually killed by the Native Americans and buried here under the road. So they found those just last year. It's pretty wild. So they just started building the city on top of all these graves that didn't have any grave markers. And
right. Not the dramatic loss that they must have experienced during the American Civil War. And
it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. And we have the Sons of Liberty here that just met across the street. It's the same folk from the Tea Party. They were the same guys. George Washington came here many times, and his house, his church. We've got like this crazy history of New England and the South at that time.
Yes, there's actually one of the native sons here in Rhode Island, a man by the name of Nathaniel Greene.
Yeah,
he's known as the savior of the South from the American Revolution because
we have a giant monument just a block
harassed the shit out of the British. Yeah, and then after the war, they gave him land in Georgia, and he was tending his fields, and he died of heat exhaustion.
Exactly. Yep.
But he's buried down there. He's buried right. I think it's in Savannah.
Yeah. Oh no, it is. I know exactly where his grave marker is, and the big monument is only a block away from me. So it's
that's incredible. I volunteered at his homestead here in Rhode Island for a number of years. It's just
cool.
He put all his money into the war. He gave all his money to the war effort, and they didn't pay him back until long after he died. His wife got it, and then she donated the money to Eli Whitney, and who then went on to
and again
and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm a big history dork too, on top of being a ghost guy.
Man, me too. I love it. So
I love it. I love the history. Yeah.
It's known as the most haunted city on Earth.
Yeah. So in your intro, we talked about the collision of history and the supernatural. You get a lot of that down there. You get a lot of you talk to a lot of dead soldiers down there in Savannah.
It's funny. A lot of the soldiers, yes, and also a lot of enslaved individuals. The Irish that were enslaved, as well as the African American, the West African. So up here in our spot, we have 4 spirits that are in this building. One of them is just right here listening to what we're talking about. His name is Moses. I know him very well. But Moses, he died up here probably in one of the fires. The building I'm in is about 204 years old, so it's a pretty old building. And they used to hold a lot of grain and cotton and stuff up here. There was a fire and he died up here and all that. But yeah, we get all sorts of spirit that come through. I even have a book. It's in edit right now. My publisher is editing it. It's called In Their Own Words, and what I've done is I've decided to go and speak with all the spirits here and find out if their story matches the ghost stories that people tell. And so I've gotten some unique twists on the stories, some stuff people don't know. But that'll be on about 3 months.
Nice. I always appreciate the connection between the history and the paranormal. Is that?
Oh, me too. Yeah.
It's just honestly, it's just people for the most part. I think I bring that up. That's usually like for me. If I go on anyone's paranormal show, they always ask this because it's what everybody wants to know. The D word. The D word. Do you see any of that? Do you experience any of that? Anything negative?
Yeah, I'll say this. I don't mind the D word. If you look it up, it says spiritual being. It doesn't say anything evil. It doesn't say anything lawful. It just says a demon is a spiritual being. So what we have around us when we have spiritual activity, about 80% of the time it's human. All right. And there's about 20% where it's weird and it's hard to discern exactly what you're dealing with.
Like an elemental would be this 20%?
A lot like that. Okay. I believe there's a myriad of different beings that have been created on the other side, including angels and other things like that, things that we read about in the Bible, but we have different words for it. So if you're reading the Quran, it'll say one thing. If you're Judaic and reading the Talmud or the Book of Enoch, you'll hear different words and different descriptions of what these different creatures look like. We all think that angels are beautiful women with harps, but it never says that in any writing. No, there are creatures, they call them creatures, that look like beautiful women with wings that deliver a message in the Old Testament, but they aren't angels. They're not angels. So that's where we get our vision from, is we think that that's what it is. Every time an angel shows up, what's the first thing it says? Fear not. Don't be afraid. They're saying that because they're very freaky looking. So I'm just going to let you know, a lot of those beings we're dealing with are very weird looking. They don't look like us. And they're intimidating. So, I say this: what is a demon? If there is something out there that we call a demon and it's causing problems, it's slamming doors, breaking things, scaring you, trying to get you to feel a certain way. I say God made all these creatures for a reason. Those are the spiritual mosquitoes. You know what I mean? I hate mosquitoes, man. But why do they exist? We need them for some reason. So that is part of the design that we just probably won't ever know the real truth on. But I have seen one time a real possession. That's a whole other ballgame. That's a whole other story. But I believe that person allowed that to happen. So, but it's a weird life, man. People are strange, you know.
Yeah. Do you know you see visually, or with your eye you see the spirits?
Not mostly. When I was younger, yes. As I've gotten older here, it's just discernment. I just know, and like I'm listening for words and letters and things that I'm supposed to say, like, like just things I probably shouldn't know about people, in situations. And my wife's really good at knowing what's about to happen to the world, so she predicted COVID way before it hit, and she nailed it. She's
I have a million questions for her about the upcoming, football season.
Oh my God. I want to tell you, I have done, we've both done predictions in the sports arena.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's a lot of free will that takes place in that. So it's hard to get a good psychic that can really give you an accurate,
any given Sunday, anything can happen. Yeah, exactly.
That's right. And you're dealing with a lot of stuff, and you're dealing with prayer. How many people on this side of the stadium are praying for their team, and how many versus that, and who's connecting the most?
More energy, right.
Spiritual, man. It's spiritual. So because the team feels it. Yeah,
for sure. That human energy, that human connection that we all seem to have subconsciously. Yeah. It's definitely a thing. Jung wrote on synchronicity. Carl Jung, famous psychoanalyst, and the mind's connection to the subconscious connection to the universe. So what sometimes like people like yourself, what sometimes like what people blows my mind though, just blows my mind. Like how do you know? Like not you in particular, but other mediums. Like how do you know what you're telling me? Like how do you know? Like this was my wife's last words to me. How did you know that?
Yeah,
like
it is mind blowing. It is mind blowing, but mediums are able to discern the words coming from the spirits around you. Like, yeah, it's just fascinating. And then psychics is all encompassing. So mediums are a segment underneath the whole psychic area. I hate to, to be honest, I hate the word psychic. I think we all have the gifts. We just don't know how to use them. And some of us,
for sure.
It's like,
Brian, I started investigating about 2009 after like a whole shit ton of stuff happened. Like, and I'm like, I gotta know more. I gotta investigate this. I gotta investigate myself. And it seems like over the years I've gotten more open to where I was like just seeing like a shadow out of the corner of my eye or like a hand or like whatever.
There you
now I'm
go.
seeing like full-bodied apparitions I've seen in my time. So what would you tell somebody if they want to like experience it more? What do you think that opened me up more? What was it that made me more open to the paranormal?
I'm gonna say you went through some trauma, my brother. So
we go
through trauma, our spirituality changes and shifts, especially if it's lost. So we go, what is going on? And so we open up a little bit because we're curious and we're going, why are we here? And we start asking these big questions. Well, when you ask it, you'll get the answers. And so then
even like long before my wife passed, like she pushed, she's like, you got to do this, you got to form your own group. And then she didn't want to come out with me because she was terrified, but she had like way more experiences than I ever had. But it's scary because I think because it's unknown, because you don't see it, it's not like a person walking up the hallway that you can see the more you see, but it just creates so much fear in people sometimes. It takes a while.
I think you're right. And I think the fear comes from it's the jump factor, the scare factor, it's like kind of you're not expecting it. So all of a sudden you see a face in the window and you're like, and then you're terrified because you were caught off guard. It's not that it's evil or that it's scary or it's trying to hurt you.
Very sudden usually.
It throws you off. And then you wonder, you start asking all the weird questions. What's going on? Why is that face? What did I see that face for? And so it starts to open you up. A lot of people will want to close up after a traumatic a moment as well. So, but you're like, what are you born in June? Are you a June baby?
June baby. You're pretty good, you. I am a June baby. I've often said that I think it runs in the family because like you met my mother, but not so much my mother, like my auntie Dale. She's got a knack with mediumship. Other people in my mother's family have this like almost like attraction to it. Do you feel like it's hereditary? Do you feel like it runs through the bloodlines?
100%. Yeah. My wife and I have four little kids together, and all four of them are psychic. Man, they're gifted. They're talking to our spirit guides. I'm like, it's cool. It's pretty cool.
It never ceases to like leave me like, wow, that was just like experiences, going on investigations, getting EVPs. Seeing somebody walk by on a message, like there's somebody up there, and they just disappear. It's like, what? I just saw a ghost. Like that. It just never stops being cool. I have less frequent time for it these days because I'm, like I said, I'm in a master's program right now, so I do what I can, but when I can, it's still fun and exciting. So you guys do ghost tours down there, yes?
Yes, sir. We sure do.
So now, what are some of the places that you take people to down there? Because I've heard some wicked cool things about some places down there.
Well, I'll tell you, the way ours works is we walk. It's a walking tour, and we go. We go up halfway through the city and come back around past the graveyard.
Nice.
And we end up in Oglethorpe Square, where we do a live investigation at the end of our tour.
Oh,
We use spirit boxes, K2 meters, dowsing rods. We do the whole thing. Yep.
yeah.
But a lot of my favorite, one of my favorite buildings is the Conrad Aiken House.
Okay.
A lot of people don't talk about him. The tour guides don't even know about it, but it's his wildly active house. Conrad Aiken was a very famous author and poet.
Mhm.
He won the Pulitzer Prize and all that stuff. So,
Oh, wow.
a very big, well-known person back in the 60s and 70s here. But when he was a kid, his parents got in an argument up at the top of their house there in Savannah, and his dad shot his mom and then shot himself. And all Conrad heard was 3, 2, 1. He counted down and did it.
Wow.
And that's how he was able to do it. He didn't have they didn't just shoot. He had the 3, 2, 1 it, which is really weird. That's a very traditional EVP that a lot of people have gotten up in that building.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy to hear. You hear a man just go 3, 2, 1, and you're like,
do you think that's like residual energy? Just
that one is, yes.
Yeah.
It's not. What is active is Conrad. So I've seen him up at that window up there from the bottom of the street, very much so, moving past the window, and I'm like, holy crap! It's Conrad in his old bedroom when he was a little boy, but he's a man now. So,
wow.
When I saw that with my eyes and I reached, I could kind of do that thing, and I'm reaching. I'm like, that's him, because that place was abandoned forever. They just sold it, I think this year. So
wow.
It's been vacant.
You feel like you feel like a spirit can come to you at any age that they see.
Yes.
Like they choose how you can see them at what age. Yeah.
Yes, sir. All the time. All the time. I'm going to tell you, your girl Heather there hasn't changed a bit. All right.
No.
I'm just going to say she wants to remain the same with you.
Yeah.
I know you know that. I know it's a little weird. You probably have had dreams with her in it, and
I've had so many messages, Brian, whether I've asked for them or not. It's absolutely incredible, and it's, as I tell everybody, as a grieving husband, it's one of the best things you could give to me as to help me through this process, because it's tremendous. You know.
Well, I'm sorry you had to go through it, but I can tell you she's good. Yeah, I know you know that. So
yeah, 110%. For sure. And it's not just myself, other people, friends, people will call me, buddy, I just had this experience, and it was like Heather all day. It's like, yep, yeah, no, I know, that's fine. And some of their experiences like matches some of mine. So it's like, or like, you guys were talking about the phone earlier. Somebody like a spirit coming through on the phone. I've had that has happened. A friend of Heather's, she kept getting messages from Heather on the phone. It's so weird. It's like I had no other contacts named Heather. I checked like 3 times. It's like it's just Heather. I never deleted her number, and she's texted me. And it's like so they worked together at a pizza place. So Heather named the name of the pizza place in the text message, and she died 4 years ago. So it was just like buddy, what's going on? I'm like, and the message she sent me beforehand, I got this like purple paper message from this guy Rowan come to up here, and he wrote in this message that she was gonna find new ways to communicate with us. And I'm like, and this is what she's talking about. It's like, holy shit.
It's amazing. That's amazing.
Never stops blowing my mind. This stuff is tremendous.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a weird world we live in.
Oh, for sure. For sure. So if somebody wants to open themselves up to this, what would your recommendation be?
For someone that doesn't feel they have a gift and they want to open themselves up, the first thing I tell them to do is to go get a reading with a real legit gifted person. I don't care if it's me or anyone else. You just look up the Google reviews. If they've got the reviews, get a reading with them so you can experience them reaching for you. Once you get that feeling and you go, wow, I could feel that a little bit. Like, I don't know if you could feel me reaching for you. I've done it like 2 or 3 times just to kind of feel you and feel how you're doing. You kind of get that feeling. You go, I'm going to try to do that for another person. And so
That's awesome.
It's all about practice. Some of us are born with the ability to throw a baseball. So we were pitchers, and some of us have to practice to learn how to be a pitcher.
Right.
So it's practice. So I was born a great pitcher. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's a good way to look at it. I had a client. I did an investigation like 3 years ago, and she owns a few restaurants around Rhode Island. And she's a medium, but at the time she didn't do any of this stuff. She's like had ghostly experiences in her restaurants, and stuff would happen. And I brought a medium in there one day, and the day I went in there with the medium, she was in the restaurant by herself. I pull into the restaurant, I pull into the parking lot, I look at the window, and there's a woman standing there.
Yep.
I'm like, maybe that's maybe Jill hired somebody. Maybe that's somebody. So I go to the window, I get out of the car, and I go in the front. I'm looking in the windows, and it's all dark. And I look at the front door, and I see all the way in the back, the lights on, and all the way in the back, but there's nobody in the front. I'm like, oh, maybe she's got somebody helping her today. So this woman, Jill, she's like 5'1", if that, and maybe 100 pounds soaking wet. This woman was like 5'9". She was tall. She had long blonde hair. She was like big chested. She had a white shirt on. You could see the apron, like the whole nine, dude.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I went around the back. I knocked on the door. I opened the door. I had all these boxes. I'm like, I'll only help you with this stuff. I'm like, you got somebody in there helping you? She's like, no, I'm here by myself. I go, oh, shit, huh? You know what I'm saying? So the medium gets there, and we walk the whole place. She's talking the whole time to it. I'm like, oh, God. I'm like, I don't know if this is like, I don't know if she's hitting. I don't know if it's coming. And she tells her, she's like, you're going to do this. You're going to become a medium. You're going to start giving people readings. You're going to help people. It's like, you help people now, but you're going to really help people. Your heart is, that's who you are. This is who you're going to be. Say, oh, hell no. It's like, buddy, I didn't believe her for a second. But then like a year and a half later, she had this like awakening almost, and she started like interning with another medium, and she found herself, and now she's doing local stuff.
That is so cool.
Pretty incredible. But I mean, yeah, it's like this woman was saying all sorts of things here, and it's like there's a lot of like local mafia connections here in Rhode Island. I don't know if you picked up on that when you're up here in New England, but a lot of old school Italian. There's nothing wrong with that, but I mean, whatever. Whatever. So there was a lot of criminal aspect here around Rhode Island. So that she was picking up on a lot of that. So the original owner of the building, he was Italian. I'm like, he owned these businesses for years. I don't know if he was involved with that kind of corruption. I didn't find anything like that. And so she's like, I'm seeing a guy. He's like beating people up for money. He's in broad daylight. She's like, he doesn't care. He goes to jail. He does all this crazy shit. And he's a bookie. And she's like, they call him the moron. They call him a moron. And the Joe, she's like, okay, all right. What? I'm like saying to myself, fuck. She's like way off base. It's like, doesn't know any of this. So I'm like, she's pulling stuff out of her backside. So then she says to her, look, I see like cement shoes. I'm like, oh God, here we go. Like, what is this gonna be now? It's like so like almost like atypical of a mafia movie. She's like, all right, I gotta stop you right there. And I stop and look, and she's like, so my uncle, his name was Anthony the Moron Montebello, right? He was a bookie and a muscle guy for the Patriarchal Crime Family here in Rhode Island. He was murdered, and they found his body in the Narragansett Bay, which is the main bay that runs through Rhode Island. And he was in cement shoes. The guy that they arrested for his crime was acquitted, although he went to jail for life on a bunch of other crimes. But that was her uncle, and this woman was seeing all this. I'm like, the whole time, I'm like, no. And it was sure enough, all of it was true.
Oh, believe me, I've had someone come through, get a reading with me, and I'm just doing my thing, and when I'm done, they leave. And then they come back, and I mean, this is a guy from up in New York, all right, Italian, probably connected, and this is the only time this has ever happened. He came up to me and said, "I want my money back." He goes, "You've traced me and tracked me down, and you read up on me or something. There's got to be some trick." And he was so pissed.
Yeah, right.
And I could tell by his heart. He's the kind of guy that wouldn't mind rubbing someone out like me for messing with him. Right. I'm like, dude, everything I told you, I don't even know. I don't even remember what I told you because his brother had come through. So I gave him. I said, "Here's your money back, dude. I don't care. I don't need your money. I'm here to help people." And he's like, whatever it is you're doing here is there's just no way. And he's right. There is no way. There shouldn't be, but we're born like this, and he just didn't want to face it. But man, he scared me a little bit. I was like, holy crap. All right.
It's so incredible. I was at a house in Attleboro, same woman. Right? I'm like, meet me here at this address. I give her the address. I messaged her beforehand. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna meet you on this day at this time. She's like, all right. I sent her the address like 45 minutes before I'm scheduled to meet her here. So there's no way this woman could do any kind of research.
Right?
But even the research that I had, she wouldn't. It would take her months. It took me months to find it out.
Yeah.
So we're in the basement of this house, and she's like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" I'm like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "I'm seeing a man. He's he's got bodies hanging up, and he's like cutting them open, and oh my god!" And I'm like, "Funny you say that, because the man who owned this house was a pig farmer, and this basement is where he used to gut his pigs, and then there was a step underneath, like another addition, and under that step they found like a whole bunch of rags with blood on it, a whole bunch of the tools that this guy used. She was seeing that, like there would be no way that you could be able to find this information out. Blows my mind, dude. Just blows my mind.
I'll tell you something weird. The really good mediums, okay, the really good ones, and I say the authentic because there's a lot of charlatans.
Yeah, they're right. Yep.
You know who they get visits from a lot? And I'll tell you, we get a lot of people that book from DC. I can't talk really much about, because see, they'll get all weird because I know they're going to find this. Is this going to be aired somewhere other than live? Is this like so they'll probably hunt me down if I say too much. But they have weird badges, you know. They got a lot of weird questions, and they'll sit here. This is my reading room, and they'll write down all the answers. They'll ask me some really weird shit. And there was a point they were coming all the time. And this one guy in particular questioned me so weirdly out in the elevator room. He's like, he gave me money like he was going to pay for a reading. He said, "Here's the money." I go, "I don't want to go to your room. We're going to do it right here." He just starts, dude, he just says the craziest stuff. And I'm having to answer him. And he's like, "You're good. You're real. You're real." And I went, and he said, "That's good to know." And he goes, but they were asking weird questions. And one I could probably get away with saying, they wanted to know how to turn it on. And I did my best. And I think I figured out what was going on, because I think they found something. And you want to talk about weird. This is where, you know, supernatural meets sci-fi.
Right. Oh,
and
for sure. And it's
really weird. So
it's definitely out there. It's definitely a thing. And people don't
not
think
anymore. That was 2 years ago. I think they figured it out. And I think I probably inadvertently helped them. So weird stuff, man.
For sure. I mean, there's others. If you really dig deep enough, you don't really have to dig too deep these days, but there is a lot of documents and shit coming out on UFOs and the government's involvement and what they know and all the holy shit horseshit stuff that's going on with that. So if they're into that stuff, and they were doing like stuff like the Philadelphia experiment like 80 years ago.
So
Who's
this
to say
is
they're not into the paranormal, into ghosts and stuff and mediums. I mean, it's like Duke University and like now the Ryan Research Center. It's a thing of study. I mean, they've been studying it. Science has been studying it for over 100 years. It's not as underground and as like sketchy as some people might, you know, say. Oh, it's just shit that's on TV. It's not real. It's very real. Although the shit on TV might not be as real as the personal experiences. But what do you think? What you guys were on AMC, right? Did I say that in the credits? You were.
Yes, sir.
What was that show about? What was that? What did you guys do for that?
So Colman Domingo is from Fear the Walking Dead. He's from he's from all the a couple of horror movies. He was also the gorilla in Transformers. He's in a Disney movie or something, and then The Color Purple, the new one that just came out. He's a very famous, prominent figure. Well, he was going back and following his roots, and so he came into Savannah, where his roots start, where his family he's traced them to, and so he wanted to learn about it. So it's a documentary about his life,
Mm-hmm.
And so he starts in Savannah, Georgia, and he comes through and learns all about the slaves and all this stuff, and it's really intense. And and he's interviewing all these Black people, which is very cool. It's a really good piece if you get the chance to watch it. It's called "You Are Here," and then he has a séance with Jen and I.
Wow.
So we're the only two white people in the whole film, the whole first episode, which is kind of weird, but it was very cool. I was very honored, And we did a séance, and his mom came through. And dude, it was the most. If you go to our TikTok, it's pinned up there. That little clip, or on Instagram or whatever. But it's just wild. His mom came through. His stepdad came through also, but they didn't use that. They just and some other people. We had a lot of people at the table, but he didn't expect that. He had no idea. But we were doing automatic writing. That's where you just move a pencil back and forth lightly.
Oh, right.
You let them write.
Yeah,
and
that's
she wrote her name. She wrote her name in cursive. It was wild. It was a really good experience. I didn't know if we were going to get anything for them. I was nervous being filmed because I'm like, what if it's a dud night? Because we have those. It's like going into the Waverly Hills Sanatorium. It's not going to be active every night, so you don't know what you're going to get. So
I've done that before.
That show was
one night it's nothing, the other night it's like wow. So
Yeah,
it's definitely not predictable, the paranormal. I'll say that for sure. People will be like, "Oh, is it fun?" Sometimes it's like really boring.
Sometimes it's very boring. You just sit,
telling jokes at the end of the night, talking baseball. Nothing else is going on.
Right. Well, the word séance, the word séance is French for the word to sit. So you would sit for a long time and hope someone comes through. Yeah.
No, that's definitely cool. So if people want to see anything else you do, this website here at the bottom. SavannahPsychics.com. That's you guys. Did I put the wrong?
SavannahPsychics.com. That is definitely going to be where you can book a reading. I do phone readings, Zoom readings, all of that. I even do dog readings. A lot of people don't know that. I work with the local rescue here in Savannah, and I read their dogs so that they can get some ideas of some of the things, if they're good with kids or what their problems might be and stuff. But if you want to follow us on social media, it's just # Savannah Psychics. Our TikTok is blowing up right now, so it's. We've been working with the Savannah Paranormal Museum here. When they get new stuff in, we go over and help them unravel what's going on over there. So it's been pretty crazy. But that's the best way to find us. Definitely.
That's awesome, dude. The South is calling me. All my wife's family's down there in Charlotte and northern South Carolina, and my Auntie Dale is in right outside of Charleston. It's just a beautiful
tons
of history down there. And Savannah's been calling me all my life. It's top of my bucket list. Not even for ghost stuff. I love the history. Like I said, I just want to come in, check it out.
You let me know when you come down, and we'll take care of you, man.
Oh, that sounds great, man. I'd love to come in and check out your ghost story and meet you in person. Yeah, for sure. So I know you guys got to wrap up, so I wanted to wrap up tonight. Big thanks to Brian Byers of Savannah Psychics. Check him out on SavannahPsychics.com. Check out my other podcast, the Three Dudes Brews. We're not going to be live this week. We're going to be live next weekend. Hopefully next week we are able to crack episode 10 of Three Dudes Brews at Long Live Beer Works in Providence. I'm sorry, it's been a little bit over a month since we've done that. We've got a few more filming ventures coming up, and find me, Ed, and find me and the dudes here and there and a little bit of everywhere, as we appreciate great craft beer and the amazing people who bring it to us. Next week on The Ghost and the Goat, hopefully I'll have better news about my beloved Red Sox. Hopefully we turn things around. But we welcome Matthew Sword. He's the co-owner producer of Shadowwork Productions. He is producer of the Gathering, the Gathering live show, and he's the founder and lead investigator at SRS Paranormal. He comes to us from the great state of Tennessee, another Southern gentleman. Should be a great show. Tune in for all the fun ghost talk and all that good stuff. For Brian Byers, this has been me, Buddy Thayer, the Ghost and the Goat. It's been a great show. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. Have a good week. Peace out, guys. Stay cool.